what I was just saying. It looks like if there were more individuals in that area, I don't think all the firefighters would have retreated back up the riverbank here. They probably would have stayed down there to at least make sure the individual doesn't get washed down the river. And sorry for the shot here, but we can't get over the river just simply because of traffic, so we can't really see what's going on the bank here. But it doesn't appear, let me look up and down the river here. It doesn't appear that there are any other firefighters or rescuers along the edge of the river right here. So we may have seen the last of the individuals get plucked out of there. Is this him? I can't tell. So if they get back down, toward the edge of the bank again, then we'll let you know, because that would indicate that they're going to try to pull somebody else out of there, if in fact there is somebody in there. Looks like they're stuffing all of the ropes back in the bags and stuff here. Oh, here we go. We got more people downstream, way downstream. Any word from the fire department about, is that the, they didn't say anything about anybody else down in there? Okay. Oh yeah, he's right down there, okay. Okay, well here's a homeless encampment right here under the power lines. Yeah. Go ahead, Andrew. Is my mic on? Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was just trying to check and see if there was a lot of times they use these things as a crane. Yeah, okay, there is a lanyard hanging down from it. I'm sorry. Okay, good. Because I'm listening to ATC and everything else here, so I don't hear you sometimes.
All right, guys, welcome to a early morning edition of News Now. I'm just streaming this live feed that's coming into us from Los Angeles. We know that it is a swift river rescue underway in Los Angeles, the LA River. We're hearing reports of a dog and a person trapped in a tree. That's according to the Los Angeles Fire Department's Twitter feed. They're also saying that another victim is spotted in a separate location. So again, this is a LA River rescue. We are currently watching it take place, and we are monitoring the LA Fire Department's Twitter feed for more information.
Okay. Well, as you can see, Steve, this is about 120 yards further south down the river here, and as you notice, that hook and ladder, that large ladder truck here, is sometimes used as a crane, and not just as a ladder to go up the side of buildings, but they're actually using it as a crane. And if you look at the end of the ladder, you can see there's a lanyard hanging down off the end of the ladder down here into the trees. Now, I just noticed a moment ago, this rescue individual here tossing that bag which has rope in it. You can see he just threw it across the river, and I'm trying to see if there's anybody I can see down in there, but at the moment it's, again, too dense and too rainy and right up at the edge of the clouds here, so it's kind of hard to see. But it doesn't, oh, wait a minute, maybe somebody did snag that rope. We'll look down here in the, nope, evidently it didn't connect with any individual down there, but they'll keep tossing it. I saw them do it one time just a little bit ago. I don't know, maybe they do. It's kind of hard to tell from here. Yeah, no, nobody caught it. But again, this is another rescue. We saw the one individual and the dog. Reports were that there were 3 people in the river. So I'm not sure if this will be number 2 or number 3 that's down here in this particular part of the river. As you can see, this is only about 100 yards from where the first rescue took place. And I'm going to show you something right here. Here's what we're talking about. These people were smart enough to be up out of the river. A little homeless encampment right here under the power lines. But these folks somehow or other got trapped down in there. So, okay, now we've got a firefighter rescuer going out on the ladder itself, and will probably, looks like he's going to try to drop a lanyard from the top of the ladder there down to wherever the individual is. It's really hard to see down in here. Okay, here we go again. There must be, we wouldn't be wasting, these firefighters wouldn't be wasting their time with this if there wasn't someone down in there. That was a good throw, yes. Now whether or not, nope, he just threw his hands up in desperation. I don't know if the individual missed or what, but we'll see here in just a minute. I'm sorry, Steve, once again the radios were blaring at me here. It looks like he has some sort of, see there? Yeah, it was a little bag with a lanyard in it. Yeah, so now he dropped that, and the rescuer that tossed that rope across a little while ago just pulled it back, and they're going to restuff it in the bag so he can see if he can throw it. Evidently, the individual is just far enough over here that they can't quite reach. Oh, here we go. Let's see what happens here. Might try the use of the ladder to get that rope to that individual, wrapped around his waist, or however they do it, or harnessed, and then pull him across the river back to the bank here. So we'll keep an eye on this and see what he does. Right. We don't know exactly how many people they've pulled out of there. I know for a fact we did see one rescued along with his dog. Reports were there were possibly 3 people down here in the river. I had heard, and it looks like this firefighter's talking to somebody down there in the trees. I had heard that just as we got here, that one individual had already been rescued. We did not see that, so I can't verify that 2 people have been taken out of there yet. All right, here's a different way of doing it. Okay, now we're hearing word that there are 2 people in the trees here, and I see how they're going to do this. They're going to use the crane or the bridge or the ladder, whichever you want to call it, to hoist that rope, that safety lanyard up, and probably drop it directly down on these folks. That's the same bag and rope that the firefighter we saw down here just a few moments ago toss it, but obviously the water and the trees got in the way, so now they're going to use an aerial ladder here and see if they can't drop that lanyard down directly onto the individuals and in effect a rescue that way. Absolutely. I didn't notice them initially. I didn't notice this group of rescuers when I first looked down the river. And after that first individual with the dog came out of the river, I looked around a little bit further and then saw that the hook and ladder was stretched out here, so I knew something else was going on. As you can see now, the firefighter is pulling up that lanyard and stuffing it in that little stuff sack, and they'll probably toss it in such a way as to get it down to those people down in the trees there. It's still raining where we are, and the clouds are. Let me zoom out wide here, real close, real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's one of those wonderful plus and minus days here in LA. We need the rain, but the minus is it's compounding all of the rescues and issues with traffic here. All right, let's see what he's going to do. Well, I'll zoom out again here and show you. There are some, I guess you would call them rapids here in the river. This normally placid little stream is kind of raging this morning, and as you notice, the water is black. All of the dirt and runoff that has accumulated over the last few months here that hasn't washed away is now being washed right down to the ocean. All right, here he goes. Looks like he's going to try to toss this rope and bag to the individuals down there. There we go. Nope, I see somebody down in there. Now that I know where he threw the lanyard, it's very hard. It looks like somebody got it. I can see tension on it, and it's moving around down in there. There it is. Okay, the lanyard's now tight, which means somebody has it in their hands. Somebody caught it right. Okay, as you can see now, they're pulling it in. Okay, we'll keep an eye on this because okay, now they're going to send a life jacket across. Right, he had a helmet and a life jacket, which is a safety precaution just in case he does fall in the water and get swept away. But also with this lanyard on here, he won't go very far. After the Adam Bischoff incident, where the young fella got swept down the river, the fire department and the city engineers got together and they came up with a series of anchors that they've now installed at a lot of the places along the river so that they can tie the firemen off and secure them so that if somebody does come down, they can at least jump in, hopefully grab the individual, and then because they're tied off to the bank, they won't get swept all the way down to Long Beach.
So one of the things to keep in mind, obviously, Southern California in general, hasn't gotten a lot of rain in recent years, but whenever there is a lot of rain, it sometimes results in the LA River gushing at a high rate of speed. A lot of these river rescues end up occurring as a result in Southern California along the LA River. Right there's a walkway. It's a common place for people to go jogging, to walk their dog. And as you can see, they are firefighters in Los Angeles are currently working to rescue 2 individuals. I am just looking up some LA news right now, and apparently yesterday, or overnight rather, this rainstorm that has hit Southern California has brought record rainfall. So apparently it's it has broken records for September in Southern California. So we know that they have received their biggest volume of rainfall right this morning. So again, that has caused the river to be gushing at a speed faster than it normally does. It results in flooding, disrupting morning commutes in Southern California, and as you can see, firefighters are now using their resources to rescue a few individuals from the river.
There's no tension on it. But when they grab that and they start pulling it, we know the rescue's about to happen here.
We also know, in terms of the record rainfall, downtown LA reported 1.75 inches of rain and 1.2 inches of rain reported at LAX. So both were records for today.
We'll probably see another individual come across. Now, whether there's a third one down there, I'm not sure yet.
All right, the latest update from the LA Fire Department and their Twitter feed is that they have rescued what they considered the third victim. 1 victim with their dog has been rescued. 2 victims are still in a tree. So we are watching the rescue of 2 victims still in the tree, holding onto the tree, trying to escape the gushing LA River.
That's Fire 5. Yes, he's doing a little reconnaissance down the river here, making sure that there's no one else down there that needs rescuing. And through this area, to compound the issues with the helicopters, there is high tension lines, which you see the base of the tower right there. So the helicopters are really, really restricted as to how close they can get in the situation. Obviously, that's probably why they did not use the helicopter in this rescue, because of the fact that these individuals were right below that those power lines. And helicopters, water, and power lines don't mix real well. Well, it looks like they're paying out a little bit more line here, and this rescuer still has it in his hands, but I have noticed that the other rescuers have now moved down into the water, probably to be able to snatch this individual out. Okay, it looks like they're giving them signals to perhaps try coming across here. We'll see what happens in just the next minute or so. Okay, they're pulling. As you notice, they're pulling that lanyard up. And it's been affixed to the base of that power line, so it won't pull loose. Okay, looks like they're getting ready to. Yes, he's tied to that rope and with the life vest on that they sent across. We should see, okay, we should see him come across the river here just momentarily. I was just going to say, I can see now where that lanyard is. It's up in the trees on this. It's really hard to see. I mean, I can see it because of the small monitor, but right in the middle of the picture, you can see it bouncing around there, and it looks like they're attempting to get the individual to start coming across the river, which could be a little spooky. I'm sure if I were in there, I would not want to be stepping off a safe place into, or a relatively safe place off into this this fast-moving water. But it looks as though they're fully prepared to bring that individual across here. As you can see, the other other rescuers back here working block and fall so that they can assist in pulling that individual across. Here we go. Looks like I can never tell. Oh. It's not very taut, so I don't believe the individual has stepped off the bank or whatever it is they're gonna or he's gonna do. But at least there is some tension on it, and he is connected to it. So. Yes, and again, I apologize for the trees in the way, but doing the best I can here. Okay, I see a firefighter down in the water. Okay, he's actually across now over to the base of this. These amount to vegetation islands in the middle of the river, and so there is some ground in there. Unfortunately, right now it's being flooded by the river. You can just barely see him moving around in there. At least I can. I'm not sure if it. Okay, I see his yellow jacket down there. So he obviously, or evidently, is over there with the individual that's about to come across the river. There's a white helmet. Yeah, that would be that fireman rescuer in there, and he's obviously obviously right next to or with the other individual that they're going to bring across. We'll watch and see when the tension on the rope gets tight. That we'll know they're bringing them across. I see. I can see down in the trees here somebody moving around down there. So I'm confident that there's a yellow jacket, and all right, it's moving back toward the edge here. So let's see if we've got any tension on the ropes. One thing here we go. Here we go. Looks like they're putting tension on the ropes right now. It always seems like the firemen take forever to do this, but they're doing it in such a way so as to absolutely guarantee the safety of the individuals they're working with down here. Some people say, well, why does it take so long? Well, it takes so long because they're making sure nothing else can go wrong. Exactly. Exactly. All right, I can see tension on.
All right, again, for those of you just joining us, want to give you an overview. We've been watching over the course of the last 20 minutes or so this LA River rescue, firefighters on scene, trying to rescue a couple people from the LA River. I think what we're told is that they're hanging onto trees. They've been there for quite a while. Firefighters, about a half an hour ago, were able to rescue one person and a dog from a different area along the river. So there's multiple river rescues taking place this morning. Again, LA had record rainfall this morning, breaking records, essentially the most rainfall for September 15th since the 1880s.
Firefighter over here with the individual.
Almost 2 inches fell this morning in some parts of LA.
Okay, we've got two sets of ropes here. All right. A lot of hand signals going on here. Okay, now they're pulling him. Here we go. Here we go.
It looks like we're watching the rescue now. Looks like someone is being rescued currently.
It's on him. It's on him. Yep. There he is. There it is.
All right, guys, it looks like one more person has been rescued, which means we are just waiting on one additional person.
Some more rescuers further downstream here. I'm not sure if they're set up for another rescue or whether they're just culling the trees to see if there's anybody else down in there. But no, this individual is now on the bank, is being assisted up the hill by the firefighters. They'll take him over here to an RA, which is standing by, and check him out and make sure he is okay. Absolutely good news in that regard. Now, as I said, okay, they're gonna walk him up here. They've got a ladder set up so he can come up here to the rescue ambulance and the paramedics check him out. It can be a very, very frightening and traumatic experience being stuck down there, whether you don't know whether you're going to make it through the day or not. And obviously these two individuals have made it through the day thanks to the LA Fire Department's water rescue teams here. All the training came to play here for exactly the right reason. Right. Now he's going to be checked out by the paramedics here in this RA, and I'm going to look down the river here a little bit further to see what this group of firefighters was looking at. I may have missed them here. Oh, they did disappear. Yeah. Let me ask Jason. We got enough fuel to make it to Bell? We okay, fuel-wise? Okay, yeah, fuel-wise we can do it. Weather-wise is a question. So we can go down and we can go down the river and see. Why, we got something else down there? Okay. Okay, we'll see how far south we can get. It depends on the weather.
As you can see, based on the chopper shot, you can see it's very wet in Los Angeles this morning. You can see the raindrops on the camera attached to the helicopter itself. From what I'm hearing from LA news sources, they hit record rainfall this morning overnight. I'm reading in the chat room right now, one of our regular viewers, Ale, saying, my brother is driving right now in LA and they are getting pounded with the rain. They needed that though. That is right, Ale, given the current drought. They obviously needed the rain, and it looks like the chopper is leaving the scene now. Again, according to LA firefighters, according to the LA Fire Department Twitter, there was still one person that needed to be rescued, but it looks like the rescue has now officially been complete. Firefighters now saying, media alert, correction to earlier alert, rescue complete. So that's it, guys. I'll see you again on News Now in about an hour and 15 minutes. We'll see you guys at 10.